we're here with Representative Bob Hasegawa from the 11th District. How are you today?
I'm great.
Good. We have 3 weeks to go until the end of session. You have been working very hard this session on a state banking institution. You had an original bill, and then what happened to that bill?
House Bill 1320, which created what we're calling the Washington Investment Trust. It didn't make it out of the committee by cutoff, but it was declared necessary to implement the budget. We just call it NTIB, which means that it's not subject to the normal cutoff deadlines that other bills are. So it was still alive, but there was another bill that was in play called House Bill 1915, which allowed the state treasurer to enter into these contingency loan agreements for the Public Works Trust Fund and for infrastructure development. So it seemed like a natural marriage. My new bill, I combined the two of them, the best features of both, kind of dealt with some of the concerns that other people had. And so we came up with a new bill called House Bill 2040, which doesn't have a name to it per se, but it's to create a task force that is tasked with the mission of coming back to the 2012 legislature with an operational and implementation plan to basically create our own financial institution inside our own state. I think really the cornerstone piece of it is the financial institution that we're going to be trying to create. And that means that basically, for lack of a better phrase, we're going to create our own state bank in here, where right now the state, when we collect all of our tax revenues, that tax revenue is collected but put into the state's checking account, which we call a concentration account that's held at the Bank of America. So Bank of America basically makes money off of our taxpayers' money. It's exported as profit, and we never see it again. So the concept is that we create our own institution where we put the taxpayers' revenue into, then we, as a state, get to make money off of our own money and then reinvest it back into our local economy to help get us out of this recession. One state out of the 50 does have its own bank. It's North Dakota, and it's named appropriately the Bank of North Dakota. It was founded in 1919. So it has a long track record of successfully helping North Dakotans and the North Dakota economy. North Dakota is the only state that does not have a revenue shortfall right now. In fact, they've got a $1.1 billion surplus this year. Notably, North Dakota has had no bank failures since this credit crisis began.
They have the state bank, and they also have commercial banks, and they work together.
Yes, they work in partnership with each other. So the commercial banks, when Bank of North Dakota initially started, were very concerned about the competition from a state-owned bank. But over the years, they've refined their working relationship. So if you talk to the North Dakota Bankers Association, they're actually very pleased with the Bank of North Dakota, because Bank of North Dakota can do a ton of stuff that regular banks can't do. In fact, it has become a banker's bank in North Dakota. It's like a mini Federal Reserve. So when banks need help themselves, they can get bridge loans from the Bank of North Dakota to help keep them afloat. When they have requests for loans that are above their amount that they're limited to, they go into a participation loan with the Bank of North Dakota, and they're happy to do it that way because then they don't have to partner with a competing bank to meet somebody's loan requirement. Okay. So it's a natural marriage back there.
And there seems to be a national movement towards state institutions. There's other legislation being processed in other states.
There's a lot of states that are really looking into this now as sort of a solution to the credit problems. You know, the biggest problem that small businesses are facing, you can talk to any small business owner out there and they'll always name access to credit as their number one problem, because, you know, with net 30, net 60, net 90 terms out there, small businesses need cash flow to stay afloat. And when credit has dried up like this, like it is right now, small businesses are really struggling, and small farmers too. So other states are looking at innovative ways to try and address this credit crisis that we're in. And the natural conclusion that many of them are coming to is that if you create your own state bank, you know, you've got your built-in mechanism to help your local economy.
And right here, people who are watching your video on your website, they can find a video of the Bank of North Dakota that you posted.
They can. We've posted that up. It's a short little 4-minute ditty. It talks about the Bank of North Dakota and what it's done for that state.
Okay, and for those who are watching it on the TV, they can just go to your website and check it out there.
I guess so, if you say so.
All right, and so
Thanks.
all your information is appearing on the screen. Thank you very much, and
Okay.
we'll see you next time.